How are you guys doing
Hey,
today?
how
Steve, how
are
you doing?
you?
Nice to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Nice to see both of you. I want to start with, I'm sure you're hearing this from everyone. I effing loved this movie like you cannot believe. It is amazing. And again, I'm sure it's a love fest for everyone who's coming into the room. So enjoy it.
And you nailed it on the head. You got to enjoy these because
Yes.
these moments come few and far between. So yeah, we're soaking in every second.
So a million things I would like to talk about, but Dune is loaded with such incredible stuff that you could talk about every aspect of this film. And, but I'm curious, when you were talking to your friends and family, what did you always want to tell them about regarding like the movie? What were some of the things that just kept resonating with you?
I mean, I felt so grateful to be a part of it. So there's like bragging rights, like you got to see this, like this is tight. And it was another thing, it was because I was only there for a brief amount of time. So I didn't get to see all of these gorgeous sets that all of you guys had shot in before I came in. And I was blown away, from the script or from things that I had seen in the book. You have an idea in your head, or you can try to come up with something in your head. But I think Denny has a really spectacular way of blowing that out of the water. Like whatever you had in your head, whatever he has in his head is going to be better than that, So yeah. And again, the attention to detail, and for those who have read the books or are true fans of it, like the level of care that these two very creative individuals took with those characters and with this story, I think is also really important, because I know it means a lot to them. So just from the outside looking in, because I know that I'm a part of the movie, but I also feel kind of like a fan on the outside, I can say I was blown away.
Do you want to?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've found it rare to talk to someone about this project and find that they're either not a fan of the book, of Denise, or one of the actors in the cast,
right.
And so as Zendaya said, not in a braggadocious way, but it just felt like bragging rights, because it feels like a big honor and a big challenge to take it on, and people, I think like yourself, have had a connection with the material for a long time, if not the amazing David Lynch version in the 80s. So, just to get to take on these roles, get to work with, Zendaya, Javier Bardem, this amazing group of actors, and going on about everyone, is a dream come true. And I could talk about that with everyone that wanted to ask about it.
This is one of those films that, for the love of God, I need a sequel made. Like, I really need it because it's so good. And I'm curious, what did you both learn from working with Denis and about your characters that you would be excited to, explore? What did you learn making this that you want to, what I mean, if you were lucky enough to make the sequel?
For me, don't lose the humanity. And I think there was a temptation in understanding these archetypal, hero-like characters to, be curious about what the aspects of the Mahdi or the Muad'Dib or coming into that power were, what the effect would be on Paul. And I love Denis' focus on retaining the humanity, the need for it, or else, or else some qualities lost. So I think that's important for me to, when I think about a potential sequel, that's something to keep in mind.
For me, I mean, oh man, it's also one of those things where it's like, the books exist, so we know what's kind of to come, and it's like, it's teasing you. You're like, oh, there's so much more cool things to do, but I would say I enjoyed also getting into the physicality of the Fremen people. And I think what's really cool, especially about the fight choreography, is something I noticed that I thought was so brilliant, and also in the design of everything as well, is that, each house kind of has their own very distinct style, and even their own distinct style of fighting and moving, whether, dependent upon what planet you're from, or, what house you belong to. And so for me, it was cool to really see that distinction, especially, when I was there that day. I remember Denny saying to me, she knows every way of her planet, of the desert, so she's one with it, and she would move almost cat-like, with grace, and this is her home. She doesn't know anything else, so she's not going to be stumbling as she crawls up a rock or a mountain or whatever. This is like very comfortable for her, so I had to always keep that in mind and like kind of preset where I was going to put my feet, and try to do it in as smooth and as graceful of a way as I can. So just be interested in kind of leaning more into all those details and stuff like that. I'd love to learn the language of them, of the Fremen people. So
I have to go. Oh, I was just going to say they're going to kill me. Listen, thank you so much for your time, and congrats on this movie, for real.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.